look, we're going to be getting into some amazing techniques, so I want people to know that that's definitely coming. That device you just pulled out of your jacket, that wasn't around in the 1940s. Now we have this digital access all the time. It's beeping, it's buzzing. We're physically addicted to that. And we get wound up by these people we never met. We get to say bad things to people we never met. How much of that is because of that digital device?
Well, there's no doubt that it's changed the way that we function in the world. You know, people do get addicted to the amount of likes that they get on one of these things, and they get a serotonin, dopamine hit, you know, just as you would from a drug. So in a sense, it's become like a drug. You know, when somebody puts their phone next to you on the table and they're talking to you, they're not as present with you because they're checking on this. However, think of all the good things it enables you to do. You can have your music, your office, you can connect with people, you can watch television. You know, it's giving you a lot of good things. But as you rightly say, with regard to social media, people spend a lot of time arguing with people that they don't know about stuff that, you know, really isn't that important. And so, I mean, I do think, you know, unless you really enjoy that, and why would you? Then, for example, that's perhaps a negative use. Plus, also the spread of information that is deliberately designed to wind you up. People are more likely to forward fake news than real news because it's more emotive and shocking, and it plays into reinforcing bias and things like that. So there are a whole load of things that, you know, I think are fairly common knowledge now about the whole lot of negatives about social media, about having, you're always at the office with this, you know. I mean, I remember years ago going away on vacation. This was back in the 90s, before even social media. And I took all my books and papers and things with me. And I was working away and I thought, I'm still in the office. I'm just in a nicer location, but I'm still in the office. And in a sense, that's what this has done. It gives you a sense of immediacy and, you know, you could argue some more democracy in as much as you have a voice now, you know, or you know, you can get a groundswell of things through social media. But then also, is the world that different really? You know, it's still run by a sort of handful of elites, you know, or elite power bases, etc.
You know, you have an incredible perspective because you've been doing this for 30 years. I'm not trying to date you or anything, but you've seen everything go from almost pre-internet to Web 1, where it was kind of like we would look up an informational website, to Web 2, where we could upload content, to now. And I know in the book you talk about, you know, how medication's gone up in this country, but do you see a different type of person when you practice, a different type of anxiety over that 30 years?
Oh, absolutely. No, the anxiety is these days can be about anything, by the way. I mean, people who are, you know, properly anxious people, the content really isn't so important. It's the structure. It's the way that they wind themselves up because they're constantly searching for threat. That's the job of the amygdala, the threat center in the brain, right? So you could say, yeah, someone's going away on holiday. Oh, what about the taxi? Will it pick us up? What about the plane? What about this? You could take all of that away so it's all been sorted. Then they'll start worrying about climate change, or then they'll start worrying about, you know, anything, the color of the ceiling. So basically, anxious people, there's plenty out there. There's a smorgasbord of things to wind yourself up about if you want to. What I'm saying is that being in a constant state of arousal is not good for your immune system, for your state of mind, and ultimately for your health. 50% of the reason why people end up at the doctors now can be traced back to too much stress, anxiety, fear. So this modern age that we live in means we have to adapt. I have something called ADHD, attention hyperdeficit disorder. And that means that, you know, I'm often thinking about lots of things simultaneously, and, you know, my mind appears to wander to lots of things. And that's because a friend of mine is an expert in this, and he says it's not a disorder, it's an adaptation of the species. When you and I were growing up, there were 3 TV channels, and then, wow, there was 4. That was a big deal, wasn't it? Now there's 4 billion, right? Because we've got the internet. So these MTV kids who see everything and watch nothing, according to one of the Harvard studies, I think it is, they flick to things and you think, I'm watching any of it. No, they're surfing through until they find something that interests them, and then they concentrate. So for me, my ADHD is useful when I'm dealing with someone else who's a fast thinker, who can think about multiple things simultaneously, so I can keep track of all of it, right? And more. And then find a solution for them. I can build a hologram around you when you describe to me your problems, and I can see, this is how you create your internal world. Now, the only thing is that can be, that's something to use when I'm at the office. but when I take it home, it's very frustrating for my wife because I'm holding several ideas simultaneously and functioning, but it's just exhausting for those people around you. So, my way of controlling it is meditation, is the kind of techniques actually that are in this book.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.